Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Again, Shoaib is here with another experiment of the electrical machines lab. Today, we are going to analyze the power factor of the alternator. That what is the power factor? First of all, what is the power factor? The power factor is the cosine phi angle between the voltage and current is called power factor, or it is the ratio of the resistance over impedance is called power factor, or it is the ratio of the true power over apparent power is called the power factor, or kW over kVA is called the ratio of that your powers is called as the power factor. So the power factor is main essential thing in our electrical engineering. If power factor is going to be close to the unity, our electrical machines work on the satisfactory operation. So in the previous experiments, we have done the load characteristics of the alternator. Again, we are connecting the load with the alternator. So for the demonstration purpose today, again we are connecting the resistive load with the alternator to analyze the power factor. Already you know that in the resistive load, if the resistive load is connected with any electrical machine, what happened? The power factor is unity because the voltage and current are in phase to each other in the when you are connecting the resistive load R load with the alternator. So the connections are the same one again in the diagram. Again we will make the connections on this trainer, but we have additionally used the wattmeter here to measure the power factor. If you are putting the load on the alternator, we will analyze the power factor from this wattmeter. And obviously, if you are putting the load on the alternator, the stator current is increased from this emitter, terminal voltage will fall, and all these readings on these readings, the excitation and the RPM should be kept constant. Okay, and if the terminal voltage is fall, stator current is increased, you will observe that the power factor cannot be increase or decrease, it will be on the unity. Means this is the property of the resistive load or property of the R load. When when R load is connected with the alternator, there will be no any effect on the voltage and current angle. So both are in phase to each other. So this will analyze. We will analyze in our today's experiment. It's okay. Now we have to make a connection on this trainer and see the power factor from this experiment. Okay. Again, I am going to pull out all these connecting wires. Okay, and then again we will connect the load in the star connection. Connect the wattmeter. Again, connect the ammeter and observe our results. Okay. So again, and disconnect all these things. Again, we have to connect this field winding with our DC power supply. Okay, positive is connected with the positive, negative is connected with the negative. Okay, the prime mover connection is the same one. Now this will give us the reading of again stator current. So connect the. So first of all, short these three terminals because always alternator is connected in the star connection. So last points of the alternator three phase should be short circuited, and then now we have to connect the first phase, any phase. For example, this phase is with the ammeter to see the effect of the current, and also here this is the wattmeter which will give us the reading of the power factor. Short these points of the PT and the CT. Okay, and take this wire from here. So this ammeter is also connected with this wattmeter. Okay, and first and then also we have to connect our load also. Okay, here the load is connected in the star connection. So last points are star connected here. Okay, now these are the connected. Okay, take this point of the wattmeter. Okay, PT coil connected to the neutral point of common point of your load. Okay, then connect this second point of our wattmeter is with this. Now this will give us the reading of the power factor and also the stator current. Now last two phases of the alternator connect directly with the load. Okay, go with the yellow one and then blue with the blue one. So now we have connected. At the last we have to connect the voltmeter in parallel to measure the terminal voltage of the alternator. Already also we are going to analyze again the load characteristics along with the power factor of the alternator, so that here we are connecting the voltmeter in parallel across the alternator to measure the terminal voltage. Okay, so here this will give us the reading of the terminal voltage and this will give us the reading of the stator current. By putting the load on the your alternator, what happens? Stator current is increased, terminal voltage will fall, but here we are observing the power factor here. So that power factor cannot be varied because the load is the purely resistive one. Okay. Now again, if operate the equipment and analyze the effect. Here we are selecting the power factor here. Okay, this will give us the power factor. Taking all these your values, two things kept constant. Your RPM should be constant and DC excitation value should be the constant. That excitation voltage we are increasing, that will be when stator voltage up to the 400 volt. Then we are putting the load on the alternator. So start the prime mover up to 3000 RPM. We have analyzed from this experiment is that if you are putting the load on the alternator, your stator current is increased and your terminal voltage is fall. This was the load characteristics. But at any point of the putting the load, power factor was unity, because there means from this experiment it is concluded that if you are increasing or decreasing, varying the resistive load, there will be no any effect on the power factor of the alternator. Why? Because in the resistive load, the power factor of the machine is unity, because the voltage and current are in phase to each other. So this was the experiment, and I hope that you have observed all these readings and observed all these values from this experiment. And so at the last, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Shoaib Dayo for more electrical videos and related to electrical machines and electrical engineering. So please comment, share and subscribe my YouTube channel, and that more gives me the motivation to make more videos related to this electrical machines. Thank you very much.